What makes a creature so incredibly tiny and compact possess a personality that is large enough to fill an entire home with endless joy and laughter every single day? Have you ever stopped to wonder why these little rabbits have captured the hearts of millions of people across the globe, turning ordinary houses into places of wonder and companionship? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I am gonna teach you all about why the Netherland dwarf rabbit is such an amazing friend to have in your life. In this video we are going to explore the many reasons why these tiny bunnies are so easy to love, so you can learn and relax with me. Loving a pet is a journey that changes your heart, and I want to share that special feeling with you, while we talk about our small, floppy-eared friends. The very first reason I love my Netherland dwarf rabbit is their adorable and unique appearance, which makes them look like permanent babies, even when they are fully grown adults. These rabbits are famous for having very short ears that stand straight up on top of a large, round head, giving them a look that is often compared to a cute little cartoon character. Because they are the smallest breed of domestic rabbit, they fit perfectly into the palms of your hands, making every interaction feel very special and delicate. Their big, bright eyes are full of curiosity and intelligence, and they always seem to be watching the world with a sense of wonder that is truly contagious to everyone around them. When you see a Netherland dwarf hopping across the floor, their compact body and tiny paws move with a grace that is both funny and beautiful at the same time. This small size also means they are great for people who live in smaller spaces like apartments, as they do not need a massive amount of room to feel happy and secure. Their appearance is just the beginning of the story, but it is certainly the thing that makes most people fall in love at first sight. Beyond their looks, I absolutely love the bold and big personality that is packed into such a tiny frame, often proving that size has nothing to do with the strength of a spirit. Netherland dwarfs are known for being very energetic, spunky, and sometimes even a little bit bossy, which keeps life very interesting for anyone who chooses to live with them. Unlike some larger breeds that might be very calm and lazy, the Netherland dwarf is always on the move, exploring every corner of the room, and investigating every new object with their twitching nose. They are not afraid to tell you exactly what they want, whether it is a fresh piece of cilantro or a gentle scratch behind their tiny, upright ears. This feisty nature is actually very charming once you get to know them, as it shows they have a lot of confidence and a strong sense of self. Watching them express their opinions through little grunts or happy jumps makes you realize that they are not just pets but individuals with their own likes and dislikes. This complexity of character is one of the main reasons why I find them so fascinating, and why my bond with them grows stronger every single day. One of the most magical experiences of owning a Netherland dwarf is witnessing a binky, which is a unique expression of pure happiness that involves jumping high into the air and twisting their body. When my rabbit feels safe and joyful, they will suddenly explode into a series of these acrobatic leaps, sometimes even kicking their back legs out to the side with excitement. It is impossible to watch a binky and not smile, because it is the most honest and clear sign that your pet is truly enjoying their life under your care. These moments of spontaneous joy remind me to appreciate the small things in life, and to find happiness in the present moment, just as my rabbit does. It shows that despite their small size, their capacity for feeling and expressing happiness is absolutely massive, and can lift the mood of an entire room. Every time I see a binky, I feel a deep sense of accomplishment as a pet owner, knowing that I have created a world where my little friend feels free enough to dance. This movement is a unique language of love and joy that only rabbit owners truly understand and cherish in their daily lives together. I also love the quiet and peaceful companionship that a Netherland dwarf brings into a busy and often noisy world, offering a sense of calm that is very hard to find elsewhere. Rabbits do not bark or make loud noises, which makes them the perfect companions for reading a book, studying English, or simply relaxing after a long day of work. My rabbit will often hop over to me and sit quietly by my feet, or even pancake out on the floor, which means they stretch their body out completely flat because they are so relaxed. This silent presence is very comforting, and teaches me the value of being still and enjoying the company of another living being, without the need for constant words or noise. The gentle sound of them munching on a piece of hay, or the soft rhythm of their breathing creates a peaceful atmosphere in my home, that I have come to rely on for my own mental well-being. They remind me that you do not have to be loud to be important, and that sometimes the quietest friends are the ones who understand us the best. This peaceful bond is a treasure that I protect and appreciate every single night, when the house finally becomes quiet. Building a relationship with a Netherland dwarf requires a lot of patience, and I love the way this process has taught me to be a more understanding and gentle person. Because they are prey animals in the wild, these small rabbits can be a bit nervous at first, and you have to earn their trust slowly through consistent kindness and respect. You cannot force a Netherland dwarf to love you, you must show them through your actions, that you are a safe person who will never hurt them or rush them. The first time my rabbit chose to hop into my lap or lowered their head for a pet, it felt like a massive victory because I knew it was a choice they made out of genuine trust. This journey of building a friendship from the ground up is incredibly rewarding, and makes the bond feel much deeper than it would with a pet that trusts everyone immediately. It has taught me to listen to body language, to move softly, and to respect the boundaries of others, which are lessons that apply to humans just as much as they apply to animals. My rabbit has made me a better version of myself, and for that reason alone, I will always love them with all my heart. The intelligence of the Netherland dwarf is another reason why they are so easy to love, as they are capable of learning tricks, solving puzzles, and even understanding their own names. I love watching my rabbit figure out how to get a treat out of a logic toy, or seeing them run toward me the moment I call their name from across the house. They are very observant and quickly learn the routines of the household, such as knowing exactly when it is time for their morning greens, or when I am about to open the bag of hay. This mental sharpness makes interacting with them very engaging, as you can see the wheels turning in their head as they decide how to get what they want. You can even litter train them just like a cat, which shows how clean and smart they are as indoor companions. Training my rabbit has been a fun way to communicate and has shown me that there is a very bright mind behind those big, dark eyes. Their ability to learn and adapt makes them a truly professional level pet that rewards the effort you put into teaching and playing with them. I love the way my Netherland dwarf handles their grooming, because they are naturally very clean animals that spend a large portion of their day making sure their fur is perfect. Watching them wash their face with their tiny front paws, or carefully clean their long ears is one of the cutest things you will ever see in your life. They are very fastidious and do not like to be dirty, which means they rarely ever have a bad smell, and their coat always feels as soft as silk. Sometimes, if they really trust you, they might even try to groom you by licking your hand or your clothes, which is the ultimate sign of affection in the rabbit world. This behavior shows that they see you as part of their family, and want to take care of you just as much as you take care of them. This mutual grooming creates a very strong physical connection that is both tender and sweet, reinforcing the idea that we are a team. Their commitment to cleanliness makes them a pleasure to have in the home, and their grooming habits are a daily reminder of their gentle and refined nature. The way a Netherland dwarf sleeps is another reason why I find them so endearing, as they have different ways of resting that show exactly how safe they feel in their environment. Sometimes they will do a flop, where they suddenly fall over onto their side, as if they have lost all their energy, which can be a bit scary the first time you see it, but is actually a sign of total relaxation. Seeing my rabbit flopped out in the middle of the floor tells me that they trust me completely and know that no harm will come to them while they sleep. Other times, they will tuck their paws under their chest and look like a little loaf of bread, sitting perfectly still with their eyes half closed. This variety of resting positions is a window into their mood and comfort level, and it makes me feel happy to know I have provided a sanctuary for them. Knowing that my tiny friend can sleep soundly and feel secure is a great source of pride for me as a caretaker. Their quiet moments of rest are just as beautiful as their active moments of play, and I love them for both. The curiosity of the Netherland dwarf is endless, and I love the way they turn every mundane object into an exciting new discovery that needs to be thoroughly investigated. A simple cardboard box becomes a fortress to be explored, a tunnel to run through, or a project to be slowly chewed and remodeled into a piece of art. My rabbit will spend hours nudging things with their nose, chinning objects to mark them as their own, and hopping onto low platforms to get a better view of the room. This sense of adventure is a great reminder to stay curious about the world around me, and to find interest in things that I might otherwise ignore. They see the world through a lens of exploration and play, which makes my home feel more alive and dynamic than it ever was before they arrived. Even a new pair of shoes or a grocery bag is a source of entertainment for them, and watching their excitement is a daily treat for me. Their curiosity keeps them young at heart, and ensures that there is never a boring day when you share your life with a dwarf rabbit. I also love the specific way they communicate through subtle body language, which makes you feel like you have learned a secret code that only the two of you understand. From the way they twitch their nose to the slight flick of an ear, every movement of a Netherland dwarf has a meaning if you take the time to learn it. A gentle nose nudge means they want attention, while a quick flick of the feet as they hop away means they are a bit annoyed with you. Learning this language has made our relationship much deeper, because I can respond to their needs and feelings before they even have to make a sound. It creates a level of intimacy that is very special and unique to the bond between a human and a rabbit. Being able to read my pet's emotions just by looking at them makes me feel very connected to them on a spiritual level. This non-verbal communication is a beautiful form of art that requires focus and love, and I am so glad I took the time to learn it from my tiny teacher. The loyalty of a Netherland dwarf is a quiet but powerful force, and I love how they choose their favorite person and remain dedicated to them for their entire life. While they might be shy with strangers, they are incredibly affectionate with the people they trust, often following them from room to room like a tiny, furry shadow. My rabbit knows my footsteps, and will run to the door to greet me when I come home, showing a level of devotion that is truly heart-melting. They offer a type of unconditional love that does not judge you for your mistakes or your appearance, they simply want to be near you and share your space. This loyalty is a great comfort during difficult times, as my rabbit is always there to offer a soft head to pet, and a quiet ear to listen to my worries. Having a friend who is always on your side is a wonderful gift, and the Netherland dwarf is one of the most loyal companions you could ever ask for. Their devotion is a constant light in my life that makes every day feel a little bit brighter and more meaningful. I love the way my Netherland dwarf makes me more responsible, as their specific needs for a healthy diet, a clean environment, and regular exercise keep me on a good schedule. Taking care of another living being is a big job, but it is one that I take very seriously, because I want my rabbit to have the best life possible. From measuring out their pellets to picking the freshest hay, these daily tasks have become a part of my own routine that I actually enjoy doing. It gives me a sense of purpose, and reminds me that I am capable of being a professional and caring provider for someone who depends on me completely. The discipline required to maintain a rabbit's health has translated into other areas of my life, making me more organized and focused on my own goals. My rabbit has taught me that taking care of others is one of the best ways to take care of yourself, and I am grateful for that lesson. Their health and happiness are a reflection of my own dedication, and seeing them thrive is the greatest reward I could receive. Finally, I love my Netherland dwarf, because they represent a piece of nature that I can share my life with every single day, bringing a touch of the wild world into my home. Even though they are domestic pets, they still have the instincts and the behaviors of their ancestors, which is a fascinating thing to observe and respect. They remind me of our connection to the animal kingdom, and the importance of protecting and caring for all living creatures, no matter how small they may be. Sharing my home with a rabbit feels like having a small ambassador from the natural world living with me, teaching me about the cycles of life and the beauty of simplicity. They are a constant reminder that we are all part of a larger ecosystem, and that every life has value and a purpose. My love for my Netherland dwarf has expanded my love for the world in general, making me more compassionate and aware of the environment around me. They are a small creature with a massive impact on my soul, and I am so lucky to call them mine. Thank you so much for joining me at Paw and Order today, to celebrate the wonderful world of Netherland dwarf rabbits, and the reasons why they are so easy to love. I hope this script has inspired you to appreciate your own pets even more, or perhaps to consider welcoming one of these tiny, spirited bunnies into your own home. Remember that love is a language that everyone can speak, and it is most beautiful when it is shared with a small friend, who needs your care and protection. I am Carl, and I am so happy to be your guide, as we learn about animals and in a way that is simple, fun, and professional. Every day is a new opportunity to learn something new, and to grow closer to the creatures we share our lives with, so keep up the great work. I look forward to our next lesson together, where we will dive into more topics about pet care, and the joy of being a responsible owner.